this video, I give you simple steps on how you can manifest twin flame union, the relationship of your dreams with your specific person. Self-concept is vital, but your concept of the other person is as well. I will tell you exactly what to do, and I will guide you through each step to help you finally be with your person. So make sure you watch this video till the end so that you won't miss a step that may just be the reason why you are not with your twin flame, your specific person yet.
Of my love, Janine, I'm helpless for your smile.
But first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Janine. I am a certified LOA coach, life coach, Ho'oponopono advanced practitioner, hypnotherapist, and astrologer, and I have more than 18 years of experience when it comes to coaching in the self-help and the spiritual field. My focus has always been people in karmic relationships or divine counterpart relationships like twin flames. And I have had well over than 20,000 consultations, helping many people to make major progress on their twin flame or divine counterpart journey and self-development. If you're interested in any of my services, then you can find more information about me in the About Me page. But let's get back to the video now. First of all, we have to understand everyone is you pushed out. You probably heard me say that a lot on this channel. What does it mean? It means that most likely many physicists seem to think so now. The number who believe that is rising constantly, but many believe that we do live in a holographic universe, and everything that is within you is basically your mirror. As I have explained in other videos, your person or your twin flame is nothing but the mirror image of your own inner divine feminine or masculine, or your, you could say, concept of women and men that you have pushed out. So your person mirrors you, your self-concept. Who am I? Am I in self-love, for example? But they also mirror you, your concept of love, relationship, men and women in general, and specifically also them. Which means that if you've been hurt in the past and you have not cleared that, then you may have an assumption like love hurts, and that is getting mirrored back to you. You will attract people that hurt you, and your subconscious mind thinks love hurts and will keep union or the relationship of your dreams away from you. And that can, for example, manifest in someone ghosting you because your subconscious mind is like, no, love hurts. We have made that experience before, so back off, right? So it is your own inner assumption that is then influencing the other person. It is never the other way around. I mean, technically it is. They can choose different versions of you in this multiverse. You, of course, also them pushed out, but that is not important to us. To us, it is important that they are our mirror, and once we change on the inside, then the reflection has to change as well. If you already have negative experiences with that person, because maybe you do have the assumption love hurts, or I'm going to talk a little bit more about self-concept, there is something that is not ideal, then that person came. You probably had the honeymoon phase in the beginning because your soul wants to open up. That person needs to get close. So we have to have a phase where we do open up, and then it shifts all of a sudden. And then that person is maybe starting to ghost or whatever the issue is, not choosing you, not respecting you. So based on your old assumptions, you manifested that version of them into your life. And then, of course, you formed assumptions about them. They have difficulties opening up. They have difficulties choosing me. They are the mean person who is ghosting. They are X, Y, Z, okay? So you have your image about them as well. And that is going to get mirrored back to you because the universe will always confirm you. Every assumption you have about your person is telling the universe, please, more of that. And then that is what you're getting. And it's not even the other person's fault. It's not your fault either. This is not about fault, because if you didn't know, you cannot be at fault, right? But now you know, so now it turns into your responsibility to change that. Not your person's responsibility, your responsibility, and only your responsibility. And please don't think, yeah, they have to do the work as well. Yes, but none of your business, okay? I'm saying it that weird because creation is finished. The universe already created every possible outcome, and other possible versions of you and them. They all exist already. So when you shift your energy, you're not changing or manipulating your person. It's like the radio, there's different channels broadcasting at the same time, and with your device you can only listen one radio station at the same time. Your soul is making all of the experiences, but your consciousness is like the receiver, can only receive one reality at one time. If we change our frequency, just like the radio, we shift the frequency, we switch into another timeline, and in that other timeline your person is matching your new assumptions. So if you have positive assumptions about them, if you see them in their best light, you're not changing that version of them, you're choosing the other version. So you don't have to worry, do they do the work as well? Because you already said to the universe, I'm choosing the version of them who did the work. Thank you very much. Okay, that's what we're doing here. So okay, right now you are most likely in the situation where your relationship is not as pretty beautiful as you would want it. Maybe there is separation, maybe there's not, maybe there's just not respect enough, or maybe that person did not choose you yet because there may be a third party. Whatever it is, the circumstances don't matter, by the way, but whatever the circumstance is, it is important to really sit down and ask yourself, what is the circumstance right now? And then we want to find the hidden assumption within you. What do you think is stopping your happy relationship right now? And write everything down. If you perceive them as not being ready, write that down. They are not ready. They are still with another person. They reject me. They are unable to love, right? But please also truly ask yourself, what are your assumptions about yourself? Is there a threat in your life? Have you been neglected in the past? Be honest, write that down. Men or women neglect me. I am always the third party. I am never good enough the way I am. What are your fears? Write those down. What are your fears? What is the red thread? Please write down what happened in the past. If you are now connected with a cheater and people in the past cheated, write that down. Men or women always cheated on me. We want to find what keeps playing out again and again and again. Spiritual people call it a karmic cycle. And karma has nothing to do with the other person. It is an assumption within us that keeps repeating until we find and clear that assumption. So right now, brainstorm, what are your assumptions about yourself, about love? What does love feel like to you? What is love? Is love a good thing? Is love threatening? Are you ready for love, or are you scared to get hurt again? If you say, I'm scared to get hurt again, please write down, what exactly are you scared of? We need to be honest with ourselves here, because if we're not doing this thoroughly, well, then you may find some assumptions and clear them, but the other ones are still going to be active and working against you. We have to find all of the negative assumptions, the pattern in your life. Maybe it already started in childhood. Maybe you did not felt loved in childhood. Maybe you were not nurtured in childhood. Maybe mom was not there, dad was not there. Please always write down what is the issue. And I'm sorry the sun came out right now. Once you have your assumptions, it is time to clear them. One technique would be Ho'oponopono, and I do have a meditation on Ho'oponopono. Actually, I do have the daytime version, the nighttime 8-hour sleep version to listen to at night, and also as subliminals, and I believe with different backgrounds, music or noises. You can pick one of those or pick another channel, learn about Ho'oponopono, and then use it in that moment. I do have videos on Ho'oponopono, so you can learn more about that. This is not the video to teach you the techniques, because I already have videos on the techniques and there are more to come. Right now I want to tell you what to do, so you could do Ho'oponopono, and you can do that with every person that hurt you, every situation that came into your mind where you've been hurt, and all of those different scenarios, each and every single one, and not just once, right? If it really hurt, doing that 5 minutes won't suffice. Okay, we have to really step into the work, and even if you do it daily, and it may take several weeks or months, but what at a couple of months, if it even does take that long, to get the happy end for the rest of your life, right? So don't fret the work. I have a little favor to ask you. If you already got some valuable content out of this video, then please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and all of that will let me know if you like content like this, and then I can create more of it to help you on your journey and to dream it into reality. Thank you. Another technique is the revision technique, and I do have a video on that, and there will be a lot more videos to come with the revision technique, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss them. With that, we are basically digging out the roots of the weeds before we can plant new beautiful seeds. Okay, we have to go to ground zero. Another step is, please really ask yourself, how do I see myself? And you still have that list with the things that went wrong. They tell you a lot about your self-concept. For example, if people cheated, then your self-concept is, I am the person who gets cheated on. If you meet people who are not kind to you, then your self-concept is, I am the person people are not kind to. I am the person that is not chosen. I am the person who doesn't get commitment. That is your self-concept. Even if it's not consciously, if somebody would ask you, who are you? Oh, I'm the person who never gets chosen. No, due to your past experiences, your subconscious mind formed that concept about yourself. I am the one who's not wanted. I am the one who's not loved. And we have to change that. So please take your list again of the things that went wrong, and now we want to change that. Change the assumption, I am not chosen, to I'm always chosen. I am the man or woman who always has been chosen. And by the way, self-concept is vital. I already said that. I do have plenty of meditation videos, and there's so many more to come. From now on, there will be one affirmation per week where I make several videos, subliminals, audible, daytime, nighttime, with music, with nature sounds. Pick one and do it. Do it, do it, do it. And many of those new videos will include a revision, like I am and I always have been the person who was chosen. Your subconscious mind won't know the difference between what's real and not. Your conscious mind will still know, yeah, that happened, I remember, that hurt. Your subconscious mind will not know. We want to reprogram your subconscious mind, your self-concept, into I am the person who is and always has been loved. I am the person who is and always has been respected. I am the person who is and always has been. Repeat it. Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. You can listen to my audio tracks, you can find others, or you can record them, for example, with the Parrot app, and then make your own custom-made affirmations, and then listen to them throughout the day, whenever you have spare time, when you're doing the dishes, when you're cooking, when you're cleaning, when you're ironing, maybe even at night while you're sleeping. But please take your time, do it daily on a regular basis. It does take a while to reprogram your mind. You want to change your self-concept into I deserve love, I always have deserved love, I am the person who always is chosen, who always is respected. Once your subconscious mind believes that, because you have repeated it often enough, it will have to get mirrored back to you. It's a must, it's a given. The universe will always mirror you. The universe never decides what timeline you get to experience. Never, ever. It's always reading you, your self-concept, your concept about other things, other people, and picks the timeline that is 100% matching everything within you. Which means that if you see something is happening in your life that is not in your favor, something you don't like, that automatically means that you have a matching self-concept that you can alter in the way I just told you. So please take your time to reprogram your self-concept. Then we need to change our concept of other people. Mom and dad, for example. Again, revision technique. When I remember my childhood, I always felt loved. I was always loved, I always felt loved. I was always safe. I could always be the version of myself that I wanted to be. Every man I loved always loved me back. Every woman I loved always respected me, always chose me. You want to change the concept of people. If people cheated, not just I am the person that every spouse is always faithful to, but also every man I loved or woman I loved was always loyal and faithful. I am the person who always had partners that were faithful. Every partner I had was always faithful. I am, they are, or they were. And once you change your concept of other people, that will have to get mirrored back to you. It is a must. If it's not getting mirrored back to you, it is still active. It's like DNA. There's active and inactive genes. We want to switch off the ones we don't like anymore and switch on the ones we do like. And then if you already have a divine counterpart or specific person and something with them already happened, you have to change your concept of them. You cannot see them as the narcissist and then get angry and then get to, Facebook groups or tell your friends about that stupid narcissist who is not good to you. Because the universe will always prove you right. So every time you say or think they are whatever mean, that image of them is getting mirrored back, or rather from all of the versions the universe has, that is the one that is in alignment with your concept of them. So we have to change that. You can again use Ho'oponopono or the revision technique with that specific person. Every negative scenario, situationship that you had with that specific person, change it. Okay, bring it to zero, ground zero, and then forgive them. That is important. Revise those negative situations with them. Work on your image of them. See them in their best light. Well, anyway, that we did. Already told you to dig out the weeds. Now we are ground zero, level zero. Okay, new beginning. We are a blank sheet. What do we do now? Very important, and many people don't take this serious enough for some reason I don't understand. Have a clear image of what you want, and I mean it really. Have a clear image of what you want. Sit down, please. Write it down. What does your dream life with that person look like? Where do you live? Do they live with you? Do you live with them? Do you have a new place? What are your hobbies? Do you like to travel or not? What is your everyday life with that specific person? Do you have children? Yes or no? What do you have in common? Do you meet your friends? What is your everyday life like with them? Then very important, how do they treat you? How are they around you? And you see them in the best version, the very best version. Not the version you can imagine, oh, if I'm lucky, maybe someday they might be like this. No, full on, best version. They chose you and they know that you are the perfect person for them. And they shower you with affection. Doesn't matter what you want. Some people like gifts as a love language. Some like words. Some like physical touch. Doesn't matter. How do they treat you? How are they? And you can change some little things. If, for example, they're smoking, you can say, no, they quit smoking. They hate smoking even. Those little quirks, the things you don't like, change them. See them in their best version. What do you want? As soon as you have the desire, it already exists. Otherwise, you wouldn't have the desire. So it is open for you to choose. And remember, you're not manipulating them. You are choosing the version of them that matches your desires. And then we already wrote down, how does your life look like? How do they treat you? And now, how does it feel? How does it feel? Yeah, they tell you that you're amazing. Your life, how does it feel? And also don't forget, how are you like? Okay, we already cleared all of the old assumptions. In your dream life, what are you like? Are you a mom or a dad? Are you happy with your body, with your energy, with your job, career, friendships? What are you like? What does it feel like to be that version of you? So make sure you have that really, really, really clear image. And then pick a technique. You can, for example, read that, and please, when you write it not I would like to, write it as if it was there. I am so thankful to now be in a relationship where I live with my partner. We live there and there and there. We are so happy that we found our dream house, our dream apartment. We are now parents of, and it is amazing, right? What is it like? You write it down as if it already is real because, remember, creation is finished, time is an illusion, it already exists right now. And we want to connect you with that timeline in order to shift you there. So you now take your sheet of paper, you read it, and you sit down and you ask yourself, what would it feel like if I already had all that? And then you just try to sit with that energy. You don't have to come up, in the beginning you were writing down what would I like, but you were formulating as if it was there. And you don't even have to clearly visualize it if you can't. You just ask yourself, what would it feel like if I would live that life right now? Just sit in that feeling. If you have difficulties with that, then please read your list daily, couple of times. On top of that, if you like affirmations, you can use an affirmation like a generic affirmation. I am so happy that I live my dream life now. And you read that list a couple of times, and then whenever, you're standing in the supermarket in line, you just repeat your affirmation. I'm so happy that I live my dream life right now, because you already have a clear image of your dream life. And by image, I don't mean that you have to have visual image, but you have a concept. You have a concept, you have an idea what you want that to be like. And you have that idea very clearly because you wrote it down. Or you could affirm, I'm so happy and grateful that I now live in my dream relationship with X, insert their name. We just want to connect you with that energy on a daily basis in order for you to train your subconscious mind to step into that energy. And once it is firm in your subconscious mind, and it is now the dominant energy, because remember, we first dug out the weeds, we went to ground zero, and now we are creating something new, and we have to step into that energy on a regular basis. And that is like programming is navigation system, telling the universe, that is where I want to go, that is the timeline I choose. And it doesn't matter once you have that concept, if you actually script it and read it, if you just affirm it or visualize it, technique doesn't matter. I have a whole playlist with different techniques. You can check that out. Okay, the technique is just a tool in order to get you into the energy of, that is what I choose, that is what I am now. You could also use affirmations like, I choose to be the version of myself who is living my dream life. If you have difficulties with I am the version, because you say, no, that is so far away, I have difficulties, then you say, I choose to be the version that is experiencing my dream relationship with X, my dream life with X, or just my dream relationship. The rest of the time you want to stay on a mental diet, because all of that preparation won't help if you are out of that energy for the most of the day. Don't worry about it. I don't mean that you have to constantly be in that energy, because you have to work and you have to focus on your work. And while you're working, for example, you don't need to focus on your manifestation. Or if you meet friends, then you go out, you have fun. If you're watching TV, do that. Just make sure you don't watch anything that triggers you. Do whatever you want. Just whenever you think of your desire, we cannot be in the energy of it's not there yet. When is it finally coming? Because if that's the dominant energy, that's what you get. The universe does not know what you want. It will always give you what you are. And you cannot be in the energy, it's not there yet. I miss it. Where is it? I'm so sad. Because then that is your self-concept. I am the person who is waiting for their manifestation. You cannot be the person who is waiting for the manifestation and get the manifestation. It's not possible. By the way, I do have a video on states. Please watch it, because I make it very clear in that video, and I hope it really helps. So you must be the person who already has it, even if it's not in the 3D, it's not getting mirrored back, but you build it up energetically. And don't worry when I say stay on a mental diet. Of course, it is normal to think negatively once in a while, of course. And it may take a while to train that, to not go there, because we've been taught when you have a problem, think about it, but it's not working with the universe. The universe is always giving you where your focus is, your main focus. So your focus cannot be in lack. But I always say it is like a navigation system when it says turn left and you accidentally don't, it doesn't mean you're never going to get to where you want to go. It just means, well, you have to go back onto the right track as soon as possible, right? So it is okay if you go off the rails sometimes. We just want to notice it faster and go back in your center, in the who are you now state. What would it feel like if I would have my desire now state? Because the universe is not giving you every thought. It's not your thoughts that manifest. Your thoughts are there, they're a tool, the affirmations, to repeat them, to turn them into a belief, because a belief and assumption is a thought that you thought many times, and we have to turn that into the dominant belief. And if you then have an off day, it's okay, just get back on track and go on with your journey. Remember, it already exists, and even if you step into another timeline where you're further away from it, it still exists. It doesn't cease existing. As long as you desire it, you can have it. You just have to keep on shifting closer and closer and closer until you get there. Your frequency has to match that timeline. Your frequency, which means your assumptions, your self-concept, and your concept about love, relationship, men, women, and your specific person have to match that timeline, and then you will get there. So that was it. If this helped, please like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Of course, I am available for personal coaching if you need more help. Please check out my subliminal and meditations, my affirmations, work on self-concept, and my new affirmations are really designed that I focus on one, maximum 2 to 3 different affirmations. We don't want to have too much clutter in it. I want to keep it really clear and simple to reprogram yourself as easily as possible, but it does take persistence. Okay, it does take persistence. Please don't think, I've been thinking positive for like 1 week now and it's still not happening. No, it's not what you think that manifests. It's your self-concept, and that may take a while to reprogram because you may be reprogramming most likely decades. Good thing is it won't take decades if you do it consistently. Maybe weeks, maybe a few months, I cannot tell you. It really depends on how well you manage the mental diet. Are you staying on track? It really depends on, are you doing it on a regular basis or not? But that is basically the key to get to your person. Okay, I hope it really helped, and I see you in my other videos. Until then, I wish you all the best now. Bye-bye.